Hi everybody, I'm Richard from Small Caliber Arms Review, and for a long time I've been tinkering with firearms. I'm not a professional gunsmith or professional shooter or anything. I just really enjoy the hobby. I do some reloading, I do some, upgrades to different firearms and stuff. I just enjoy the sport tremendously. And if you are a reloader especially, you might want to pick up one of these. This is the Caldwell Shooting Supplies Premium Ballistic Chronograph Kit. And the only difference, they have 3 levels of these chronographs on their website. And the premium kit's kind of like the midway part. The regular kit just has the chronograph pretty much on its own. The premium kit comes with a nice light kit so you can maximize your lighting conditions for reliable and accurate measurements on this thing. And then the third, the highest kit, is actually kind of an upgrade that actually connects to your device via Bluetooth. This one is kind of an older kit, and it actually uses an audio cable to connect to a device. And I'm going to be connecting this to an iPad. I have an Android phone. I have a couple Android phones. I have an older one that does have the headphone jack hookup. For some reason I couldn't get it to work with it. It is a much older phone. My newer phone does not have an audio jack. It connects to headset, via Wi-Fi. But I'm going to be using this on an iPad, and I've already got it set up. I've already taken it out of the box, so there's not going to be an unboxing on this thing. But we are going to take it out and get it set up. But if you're doing reloading, there are a lot of different reasons to check the speed or velocity of your ammo. Some shooting competitions, like the cowboy action shooting, you have to stay below a certain speed on your ammo for safety reasons. If you're doing paintball shooting, there's a maximum velocity you can have on your paintball or your airsoft and stuff like that, and people regulate these things, and it's all for safety purposes. And if you're reloading for precision shooting, this is a great tool for that too, because the key to accuracy in precision shooting is consistency. Once you've figured out a round and you get it to hit exactly where you want all your successive rounds to hit the same way. So if you're not consistent, they're going to change, because it's going to change your trajectory. If your round is hotter or colder or whatever, you want to make sure they're all the same. So you can do strings of shots with this thing, figure out your recipe for your rounds for your precision shooting, and maximize the benefit of it. Like I said, I've already opened this thing up. I'll show you a little bit of it right here, just the case part of it, then we'll get it out in the saloon. It comes with a bag, which is a really nice bag too. It's got this kind of double zipper and Velcro closure on it, and everything's in there. And of course, I couldn't get the wiring back in there like they had it, but it all fits back in the case, just not like they had it. It does come with a strap to sling over your shoulder there, and it's a convenient carrying case. It runs off of one 9-volt battery. And the light kit, it comes with a plug, and you can plug it in if you're doing indoor stuff in a safe indoor range. Or you can run batteries on the light kit too. Now it does state in there that the batteries will go through them pretty quick. It takes 4 AA's, and I'll have to scrounge some up if I've got them, because I'm going out there where I don't have any real power at the saloon. So we're going to get it out there and do a few test shots with it, because I'm going to use this in another video where I'm doing a comparison between 2 firearms, and it's the ideal tool to see what that difference is. Anyways, let's get out to the saloon, check it out. All right, everybody, we're out here in the saloon, and I've got the Caldwell Ballistic Precision Ballistic Chronograph out here. And like I said, I've already had the box opened up, so I did not get the cables back in there like they were supposed to. It's going to come with your instructions. It's going to come with a little flyer here about your batteries and the power source and everything. This is going to be your battery pack for the LED lights. Let me see. This is a splitter that's going to have an on and off switch there for your LED lights. This is going to be your power adapter if you're using it indoors and you want to plug it in. This will do that. It's kind of a short cord on it, so you're going to need an extension cord. And depending on what country you live in, it does come with a 220 adapter. I don't need that. Here's your 2 light panels. There's a string of LED lights in there. Your plugs on the back of it. Like I said, your switch is on the cable there. And your 2 rods that hold each one of these up are going to be attached right in there. So you'll need those to set them up. There's the other light panel. Here's the chronograph itself. Now, it comes with a tripod and it's got this little adapter on the bottom of it. So if you have a regular camera tripod and you want to use it, if it's a little beefier one, because the one that's included with this kit is not the highest of quality, but it works. Your battery compartment is here on the bottom. I've already got a 9-volt battery in there, and it's a bear to get that that cover off there. It really fits on there tight. And what's even worse is the one that's on the battery pack for the LEDs is even harder to get undone. And then also in here is your tripod. And like I said, it's just a regular camera tripod with the little quick release levers on the legs there so you can extend it out. And like I said, it is not the highest quality tripod that comes with this thing, but it works anyways. You extend the legs out, you can level it up. There is a little crank on there to adjust the height of it. So if the legs aren't tall enough, you can crank this up and extend that out some. And then it tilts one way or the other. It'll actually tilt both ways, so if you need to level it up for whatever reasons. I'm going to put it right at the edge of the saloon here and get it all set up so I've got a good shot from the Caldwell Matrix to my target there. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get it set up. Okay, so I'm going to set it up here at the end of the bar, which is going to give me only about, I'd say, 6 or 7 feet from the firearm to the chronograph. They recommend 10, but you can set in the program in there, in the app that comes with it, or that you'll download anyways. It's a free app too. It has a place in there to set the distance that you actually have your chronograph set up from your firearm. So we're going to do that, and hopefully this thing will adjust high enough. Oh yeah, I think so, that I can get a good shot between there and there. You want to have it right, that's for sure, whatever you do. See, I can move it out a little bit there. Now today is a pretty overcast day, which is actually ideal. The more overcast it is, as long as it's not dark out, then you'll definitely need the light kit. But you want a nice even light source, because on here there's 2 sensors in here. The one at the front is where your readout is on here, and you don't have to have the app to use this. It'll display what your speeds are on there. It's just you need to, it's nicer to have the app because you can put all that data together in a certain string with all your velocities, your bullet coefficient, the whole 9 yards. But you want to have a nice even light going in there, because what happens is when the bullet passes the 2 sensors, they're at a known distance, and from the time it trips the first one to the time it trips the second one will let you know what the actual speed of the bullet is. Like I said, it is not the it's not the sturdiest of tripods, but you need to make sure that everything is set up just right. You want your bullet to go parallel from the top there. You don't want one higher than the other, because it all affects the accuracy of it. You want to make sure you're shooting straight down the middle of it. It's the most accurate area. So when you get these lights set up on here, whether you're using the lights or not, you should probably have this set up on there, because it gives you a window where your bullet needs to pass through there. So you put these in there. There are holes on the chronograph itself to push those down in, and now you've created that triangular window there so that you know where your bullet's going to be going through at to get the best reading it can. Now the higher grade one, the more expensive one, is a little different setup. Your light bars are actually on the bottom, and it creates a nice window, and it's a pretty sturdy frame. Again, it's not the best tripod that comes with it. So I'm going to make sure everything's lined up, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, I've got the light kit set up on there. I got it plugged in into the battery pack, got that hanging on there, and then there's the switch there. Turn them on. They're not super bright lights, but what it does is it creates an even light for this thing to pick up. Do not try to use this thing under fluorescent lights, because fluorescent lights have a flicker to them, and it really throws this thing off. There's a switch on this side that is going to be your power switch. It's either off is in the middle, or meters per second one way and feet per second the other. On this side, there's the plug for the audio jack, and that's what you're going to use to connect it to your device. And I'm going to connect this to an iPad, so I have to have the little adapter on there for best results anyways. And make sure it's the original iPad or Apple adapter, and we'll plug that in there and then get it plugged into it. And then we'll get this thing turned on, and I'll show you what it looks like, how you want to get it set up in there. Okay, you can see the shooting rest here. You can see my target there, and then there's the top part of the light kit, and the 2 bars are going down there. So you want to shoot as close to the center of that as you can get. So hopefully that right there will get me into that target without hitting anything. I don't want to hit any part of the chronograph. Even though it's a ballistic chronograph, it's not ballistic proof, that's for sure. You can see the display. Well, you can't see it from there, but there is a display on the front of it. I've got the iPad set up right over here, and we'll get it turned on. And I've already went in there and set up the bullet that I'm going to be using. Now, one of the things I'm not real fond of is there's no way to flip the screen on there, so it's going to be sideways there unless I pick it up like that. But then I'm going to have my cable's going to be pushed there, so maybe I'll take it out of the stand and just set it down flat. But I've already got it set up. Now, right now, this is just going to, when you shoot through it, it's going to record a setting on there, but I've got a group set up in there already, and I've already got the Taurus 942M with a 3-inch barrel. I'm going to be shooting CCI MaxiMag 22 WMR 40 grain jacketed hollow points, and they clock in at 1875 according to the manufacturer. We'll see if there's actually a difference on there. When you're ready to go, just hit start, and then you can come down here and save your groups. You can change your settings and just do all kind of stuff with it. So what I'm going to do right now is just to make sure it's set up right, I'm just going to go to this, and that 19 feet per second was me throwing a roll of medical tape through it just to try it out. So we'll get that cleared out of there, and then we'll give it a few shots. All right, I've got the Taurus 942 loaded up with 8 rounds of the 22 Magnum. I've got the chronograph set up. I got the iPad there so you can see it, and I wish I could rotate the screen, but that's just a feature I'd like to have just for videoing, but it's not necessary, and we're going to go ahead and take some shots. The chronograph is ready. I think it's ready. I'm going to turn the lights on just to make sure. All right, and I'm going to take a shot at the target up there and see what I get. I got an error on that one, and yep, it does show it on there. Error 2, and what error 2 means is that it did not pick up on the rear. Error 1 will be the front sensor, error 2 will be the rear sensor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise it up just a little bit and kind of tilt it. I'm going to do a few test shots just to get this thing set up right, and then, you know, hopefully I can do my actual test. That's for another video though. Okay, let's try shot number 2 and see how it does. All right, there was a good reading there, 1185. $11.74, $11.39, $11.64, $12.08, $11.79, $11.16. And that was it. Now, I told you that the on the package itself, it calls out, I think it's 1875. Yeah, 1875 feet per second. That's not out of a 3-inch barrel, so that's what we're getting with the 3-inch barrel. And I think it's going to be reading okay now. That first one was off. I adjusted the chronograph a little bit, and it's reading good now. So now I'm going to get to doing my testing, but that's for a video for you guys to check out later on. Thanks for watching Small Caliber Arms Review, and if you want to pick up one of the Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronographs, I'll put a link in the description down below. If you haven't, check out some of my other videos up here, and subscribe right here too. I sure could use the help. Thanks for watching Small Caliber Arms Review.